Good morning, children. Today we will start our lesson number 10 Wall Tells Stories. In this lesson, we have four TLOs. The TLO-1 is to know about the importance of forts and important features like walls, buildings, gates, and fountains. Targeted learning outcome 2 is to find the use of basins. Learning outcomes 3 is to be able to know directions, locations, and predict directions on the map and importance of index. Our learning outcome fourth is to know about the museum and items kept in it. Let's take up the TLO one by one. The first TLO is to know about the importance of forts and important features like the walls, gates, and fountains. In this video, you have learned about one of the most amazing forts of India, that is Golconda Fort. Golconda or the Golconda means the shepherd's hill. It was the capital of Qutb Shahi Sultan, and he built around this fort around 15 to 16 BC, and it is located near in Hyderabad, now in Telangana. It is a historical visit by some children along with Didi, student of a history subject. History means the study of past. Now let's come to our first question, that is the fort, or what is a fort? It is a construction uh, that is built by a king around the kingdom to protect it. Mostly it was built on the higher places of the kingdom like the hills or the sand mounds. Now the second feature is the walls. The walls of the all the forts are surrounded by thick and big walls. The walls were often looked higher from the outside than the inside, and it was very wide also, maybe 1 to 2 meters in width. Now the next feature is the gate. Usually the forts have more than 2 to 3 gates. Gates were huge, means very high and wide, and they are decorated with the iron spikes from outside so that it is not easy for the outsiders to open them. Like this in the picture, it is a fort gate. It was very huge. A small gate was also opened for going visitors to go inside. Now the next feature of the forts is buildings. Inside the fort, buildings like the palaces, factories, warships, gardens, and water arrangements like the Hajj, Bowery, fountains, wells were there. It was just like a small town in which king and other people live. Beautiful carvings are engraved on the walls, roofs, and on the windows. To do this fine carving, hammer, chisel are required, and along with that, the hand skill is the most required thing. Like this is a fountain on the second floor of this fort, and this is a kind of water arrangement at that time. See how the architecture is in the best form at that time. The second TLO is to find the use of basins. Basins means the burj. It is a semicircular in shape and on the outer wall having holes in it. They are used by the soldiers to look out the enemy from a very distance. The holes in them are used for putting up the guns or the cannons. Cannons means the big guns or the top. These are made for the defensive purposes to protect the fort from the enemies. Third TLO is to be able to know the directions, locations, and predictions of that direction on the map, and the importance of index also. Children, to know the directions, a very easy method is you just stand in front of the sun. Your face should be facing the sun, that is the east. Behind, that is the back, is the west. Your right hand will direct to the south, and your left hand to the north direction. Before going to read this part or learn this outcome, you should know that map reading is a kind of skill that if you follow these steps, it will be easy for you to learn this skill. First of all, when you get a map, first of all, you locate the 4 directions on the map, that is upper side north, down south, right east, and left side west. Read the scale. given on the map. Like in this map of Golconda Fort, scale is given like 1 centimeter is equals to 110 10 meters on the ground. It can be different on the different maps. Now the third is the index. It is given in the lower part of the map, and in this you will find out the sign and the meanings of on the map like this. This is the index. This is the gate, Hajj, and workers. This is the factory. These are the gardens like this. And this is the scale. And these arrows, 4 arrows are the directions on the map. With the help of these three things, you can locate these the questions and answers given in your chapter, and it is easy for you. The last TLO is to know about the museum and the items kept in it. The museum, it is a place where objects related to past are kept for visitors. These objects may include clothes, pots, artifacts, paintings, written materials, etc. People visit here to gather knowledge about past days, living styles of the kings, famous personalities, from paintings, old scriptures, and many more things. Like in this picture, these are the artifacts you can find out on the museums. In India, there are so many museums, but in Allahabad, we have visited the Allahabad Museum. Here we find amazing things about related to the freedom of struggle, paintings related to the different eras, and along with that, the sculptures also, Harappan Sanskriti or civilization, etc. And lot of paintings were there, lot of written material is there, and we can find the pistol by which the Chandrasekhar Azad had shot himself in the garden. So this type of things you can find out while you go or visit the any museum. And it was a very amazing place to be visited. Children, before going to close this video, I'm going to tell you that a small video related to this chapter, that is the different types of pots and their colors, I have is also going to be given to you, and just go and watch it. If you like this lesson, please share it and subscribe it. Thank you for watching once again.